So what would be the impact according to the passage? Now, in the passage, it is given to us that uh, it would add 15 to 21 dollar to a barrel. So the price would increase. So the answer is A. How does the increase in Chinese household savings during the pandemic relate to the author's argument about the spending boom in China? So what the author has said in the passage is that during pandemic, when people used to save before pandemic, people used to save 30%. During pandemic, they increased the saving by extra 3%, right? The result was this much, 4.9 trillion yuan. Now the author is saying if consumers added this extra savings to the spending this year, it would increase the consumption by 14%. And overall, the spending in China would increase. So this information about household saving is supporting the author's argument that spending boom will be significant. So the answer is A. Why does the author believe that youth unemployment being at 16% is not a major bottleneck towards impending growth? But in the passage, the author says that the China's labor market has bounced back after previous setbacks, and jobless youngsters count for only 1% of the urban labor force. So this is a reason why he is not worried so far as the unemployment is concerned. So the answer here is C. Which of these is not a natural consequence of the statement, what happens in China does not stay in China? So basically, if something happens in China, it should have effect external to China, outside of China. This is what the statement says. The author also gives example. He says that expansion in India, in China's GDP of 1% adds about 0.2% to 0.25% to the rest of the world. So something which has happened in China does not stay in China, it goes outside of China. So that should come out. And it says which of these is not a natural consequence. So if China's reopening lifts this one, the spillover effects may be of the rest of the world. So it did not stay in China. So it cannot be the answer. A quick recovery in China could lead to a significant increase in crude oil prices. So it goes beyond China. So again, it is a natural consequence. So therefore, this is not the answer. China's growth could lead to inflationary pressures in India. So which means it went beyond China. So again, China's middle class could start spending more after a recovery from COVID. So now this is internal to China. Whereas the statement says what happens in China does not stay in China. So this one is not a natural consequence. So D is the correct answer here. Which of the following would Brainard agree with? Now in the passage, only this thing is given about Brainard, which is exit from zero COVID has uncertain implication for global demand and inflation, especially in commodities. Now, the context what it would lead to inflationary prices, but so far as Brainard is concerned, he's saying the implication would be uncertain. So we can't be sure, right? So we can't say that commodity prices are going to rise soon. So the answer here is D. It comes from the word uncertain.